learn shadow boxing at home. Shadow boxing is a great workout. If you're a fighter, it's probably one of the best ways to get better in the ring. I mean, that's not talking about sparring either, alright? Just sparring is first. Definitely first. This is second. Right, just start warm you up. You know, before I said you would turn on music, which you still do. I just have it off because YouTube supposedly, they say there's a copyright issues with it, with whatever music I want to listen to. All right, just gonna, warm up your legs, your shoulders, torso. Keep the form. Don't do what I do when I back up. I tend to drop my hand like this. It's not good. Alright, so I'm gonna try to tell myself not to do that. Alright? And that's why shadow boxing is great, because if you do this, make it a second nature, you're gonna do it in the ring, right? When the real thing comes. And your body will get used to all the movements, right? All the punches. And the best way to not tire yourself out is if your body is, used to whatever you're doing, right? Just like walking. We can walk forever, right? Because we're always walking, right? Another thing you want to focus on in shadow boxing is to pretend there's someone in front of you at all times, okay? So you want to pretend you're in the ring and there's someone in front of you that's trying to fight you, okay? And how to move is going to come from experience, from actually fighting, because you know what they'll try to do. Look, when you're not, let's just make it simple like this. When you're not punching, right? Then your other guy is probably thinking about punching your ass, right? Only makes sense, because you're trying to do the same to him. He's trying to do the same to you. He's not a punching bag, So whenever you're not punching, focus on moving, right? Just get away from the guy. If you want to take a break, you're tired, use some movements to catch your breath. Remember, breathe on the nose, right? Now that you're nice and warm, do a little stretch. Stretch your arms out. Get the gloves in. Right, have a good, have a good grip. And it's hot as hell today, so if I don't do as much, that's because it's tiring me up, man. Right, so we'll start with round one. Each round, you can focus a little on like a separate punch. You can focus on movements. You can focus on counters. There's unlimited things you could do with shadow boxing. I like to start with the jab. It's the most important punch is jab. Try to perfect the jab. Try to make it count. Try to make it powerful. Try to make it quick. I'm not fast, and I know it. But I'm gonna focus on my power, right? Since I'm not fast, I gotta make it up with something, right? And remember, after you throw a punch, you could expect something in return. So keep that in the back of your mind. After you throw a punch, don't just stand there, okay? Throw a punch, you block, you move after the punch. I know there's not actually punches coming at you, but that's not the point. The point is for you to get used to it, right? Just get your head out of the way, where keep your arm up, right? Keep it forward. Now everybody's gonna have a little different type of block. Since I'm a taller guy, I like to keep my jab hand a little further away so I could use it as a shield. You know, I remember back then I saw a video on an old video by Bernard Hopkins, right? They referred this as the shield. So if you ever notice him, he does this a lot with his front. He doesn't keep it very textbook, like right here. You should see it like somewhere here. Because then they'll block, like a shield. Pretend you have a shield, right? You block. High punches, right? Low punches. And upper punches, you can use this, kind of like Mayweather. But that's a little more advanced. If you're a beginner, keep a textbook until you find what works for you. Okay? And that's why you can keep them at bay if you're a taller guy. Right? Keep it up. As soon as they punch, you just touch it. Right? As soon as you touch it, you go throw it. Oh, another thing. When you're punching, I noticed from watching my own video, when I punch, do this. See? This and punch. You don't want to do that. The best way to increase your speed is to decrease the distance, right? For your punches and the target. So what you want to do is straight, right? No wasted muscle energy. No looping. Alright? Just straight. Deliver with your stomach. Deliver it, okay? Sipping with the jab. Alright. Now we can focus on 1-2. Another very important combo. Believe it or not, you think it's easy to do, right? It's the easiest thing to do, but it's the most effective in the ring, especially when you're trying to get somebody on the rope. I'll show you an example. Let's say this guy is so guarded up, like he happen to find a guy that's always guarding and just quick to make you miss, and he just keep moving. You just can't control him. What's the best way to do? Put in some combos. And the best combos in this case, to back him up, the straight punches, right? You don't want to give him the chance to loop off, right? You don't want to give him the chance to dance off and whatever. The fastest punches, fastest way to connect with him. Boom, 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 right? He's gonna just back off, where he might do a little this or a little this. But you gotta remember, he's gonna touch the rope. Once he touches the rope, boom, 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 right? Keep it straight, land it on him. So I'll show you from this angle. Pretend the guy is right in front of me. So I want to back him out to the rope. I want to like work his body, right? What I do that I found works for me, right? From when I first started sparring to when I became a better, more experienced, is this. I will go tap, maybe 2 jabs too sometimes. 2, right? And the lunging hook, that just close the distance in between it, because they're expecting, ready to block the upper hand, right? Ready to just back off. You're gonna launch into it, close that distance, make him back off a bit more onto the rope, right? Right? He's on the rope. Right? This hand. Boom. Boom. Right? That's how you work your body. That's how you close him up. Unless the guy's just so experienced that he just back off and move to the side. Then, let's see. See if I can come up with something. Move to the side. Right, you put my hook, or a very short hook, and close off the body. Right? Close off the body. Hook again, and straight. Right? So all these things you could do. Combos. Very important. Alright, go back to 1-2. Same thing. You want to close distance with the jab. Right? Focus on rotating. Another thing you could do is 2 jabs. Right? Okay. Are we still rolling? Yes, we are. The third thing you could do is focus on close range combat, blocking and countering. That's what I like to do. It's usually my 3rd round. Alright? So still pretend the guy is in front of you. Right? Still do some jab. Keep it good. Keep it good. Keep it good. Right? Pretend. Oh, he might do a jab, and you back or right. You go down. You throw a uppercut. Work on a combo. Right? Evade. Evade to the left. Right? This is good for right hand. You can do the right hand. You want to move this way. It's assuming he's orthodox, right? If it's southpaw, be a little different. Southpaw, you want to keep moving this way. Keep his front leg in between your legs, your steps, okay? In between here. Don't let him cross over, alright? Keep that leg. Close him out with his leg, right? Keep him going. Because every time he throw that jab, you can hit him with this. Because this jab is going to come this way, toward the right. And then do a jab. And this opens up, right? Right, the leg. Right? The key is to keep moving. Another. Bring the arm back. Look, another thing I want you to know, especially if you're a beginner, don't worry about hitting too hard, alright? Save that for the punching bag, because that's for conditioning, right? If you have the condition, you could hurt the guy, alright? You have the right muscle, the right technique. You don't gotta punch extra hard. You don't gotta put a lot into the punches to hurt the opponent, okay? If you're doing everything right, trust me, it's good enough to hurt the opponent. Because, well, they're human, right? They'll feel it regardless. Even though it doesn't look like much, that's a lot of shock. Even if it doesn't hurt them, it's a shock, right? Let's just demonstrate, all right? I'm just gonna do a decent jab. I'm not even gonna put a lot into it. I'm just gonna throw it. I'm just gonna let it go, right? The guy's right there. I'm just gonna let it go, right? That's a pretty good punch. You're barely trying, you know. Just letting it go. Go forward, right? Put a little more in there when you know you're gonna hit him, right? Another thing I want you to do, what my coach always told me to do, when you jab, make it count. You put your weight behind it. How do you do that? You back leg, right? You back leg into it. See that? Right? Right? Put it into it. But that's after you have the condition down and you could throw many of them, okay? Right. Right. See that? If you could land all that just now on the guy, chances are the fight will be over. All right. So don't think you need to throw a lot of punches. What it really matters is that you make a count. You hit him with it. All right. Because a real fight, you're using a lot smaller gloves than this. It's gonna feel a lot more. Okay. That. I'm already kind of stunned myself a little bit. But imagine a glove that's much smaller than this. This is 18. You see that? 18 ounce, okay? When you fight, you're talking about maybe 10 ounce, maybe even 8. That's even for amateur fighting, okay? Another thing you could do, which I don't recommend, but I do it, is do a short round of punching yourself, right? You get used to the punches, then you know what to expect. You're fearless. You won't flinch. You won't be afraid to go forward and let your hand go. So what I like to do is target the average hit zones on your head and your body. So you get hit a lot, forehead, right? Give it a little hit, right? You get hit a lot on this side. Give it a little hit, right? You get hit a lot on the mouth. Oh, right. Don't do it unless you have the mouth guard, okay? I don't have a mouth guard right now, but I kind of know how to watch out for my to get cut in my lip, because I already know where it'll land, right? But jaw, you get hit a lot, right? Bite down on it. Bite down on the mouthpiece, right? Pretend you got hit by 3, so it's gonna be a jab, 2, hook, right? Usually how you get hit, right? Now another thing you could do, right side, right? You might get hit in the ear too, but don't hit it yourself there, because just know you don't need unnecessary damage, all right, to your eardrum. I got my eardrum popped once in sparring, and you don't know what's going on. It's not even a knockout, it's just your inner ear. You get vertigo, okay? Focus on the body. You'll get hit here a lot. And here, okay? Give yourself a good punch, right? It's gonna hurt. You just breathe through it, right? You don't just focus on the pain. You take a breath and just keep going. You'll get hit here too. This right here, right? You get hit there too, right here. The side, basically the whole thing, especially upper, your middle. Right? Hit it. I feel like something about to come up. Take a breath. Flex out the muscle. Right? Flex it. And now that's just to condition your muscles. Another thing, you're gonna get hit without being prepared for it. Those are the punches that hurt most. When that comes, you just need to try to not think about it, alright? Just breathe through it. That's the best way. Alright, don't focus on like how much it hurt. Just back off if you have to. Take your breath and then wear off. The sooner you stop thinking about it, the sooner it'll wear off. Okay? Now, if you get stunned, best way to do, keep your arms up and keep moving. Just look for the rope. Look for the rope. So you have a place to kind of lean on. Lean on it. Keep moving, okay? And it'll wear off sooner than you think. Alright?